Welcome to the 2023 Etape du Tour, a 152km ride between Annemasse and Morzine. Taking 5 categorised climbs, it'll be both a physical and mental test, but with the right preparation, it will also be one of the best days you'll ever have on a bike. My name is Ben Wilson. Follow me to get a better understanding of the demands of the Etape du Tour. Riding this recce with me is Etape first timer Ginny Ramsey, who I'm training to ride the events. She will give an invaluable first timer's perspective, and between us we both hope that you will learn something about the Etape and be less afraid of it. The first 15 kilometres before the first climb starts is all uphill.
Here we are at the top of the first categorised climb of the day, the Col de Saxel. It's about 4.5k long, average is just over 4%. There aren't really that many steep bits in it. It is one of the kindest first climbs of the Etape we've had for a long time. It's not going to really put any of you in any trouble, so I don't think anyone's going to suffer at all, so I'll see how Virginia got on.
It was absolutely fine. It's about 4 or 5%, and I took it steadily because I know what's coming.
9 kilometres after the top of the first climb sees us starting climb 2. It's worth pointing out that the descent to the first climb will be very busy as the field won't have thinned out just yet, so do take it easy and don't become a statistic. Now this climb is a little longer but much harder than the first climb, so do be prepared.
So here we are at the top of the second climb of the day, the Cat 1 Col de Cou. It's 7k long, 7.4% average, and in summary I'd say it's a lot harder in reality than it looks on paper.
I agree. It was pretty unrelenting. There were a couple of steep bits, particularly at the beginning, but one in the middle, a nice down bit in the middle for a little bit of relief. Otherwise, it was long and hard.
At around the 48km mark, the third climb, the Cat 1 Col de Feu, begins. Now it's not the longest or the worst gradients of any of the climbs during the day, but it comes soon after the second climb, so it may well catch some people out, and the maximum grade is very punchy at times.
Okay, we're at the top of the third categorised climb, the Col de Feu, which is shorter than the previous climb but a little bit steeper. It's a very good surface, it's a steady gradient. It is quite tough though, as Virginia found.
Yeah, it's kind of narrow, windy roads. Feels a bit steeper and it's a little bit shorter, but didn't really feel it.
34km from the top of the third climb, we hit the 14k long Col de Ramaz. Use the time before this climb starts to fuel up, eat and drink, and get to the bottom of this climb in good shape. Now this is the longest climb in the Etape, and it is also one of the hardest. It is going to be a very tough climb.
So here we're at the top of the Col de Ramaz. As you can see, it's turned into a beautiful day after the murky start we had this morning, and the weather's certainly taken the edge off hitting this climb in the middle of the day, with it being the longest climb of the event. Not the steepest, but there are some quite punchy sections, so we're really glad to get to the top. I'm glad there's only one more climb to go.
On the plus side, it's really beautiful this climb. So look out and enjoy the view. Try not to think about the climb. There's a bit of a steep bit, I'd say, in the middle towards the end, but then it eases off. One more climb to go.
Just after the 125km mark, we'll hit the final climb of the day. Now it might not look much at 11.6k long, but there is very little respite from the gradient, and there are no cafes or bars to escape into. The last time the Etape came up here, it was a brutally hot day and there were bodies everywhere. The accumulated fatigue from the previous 130k will kick in, and no matter how fit you are, it will be a mental battle to get yourself to the top. So grit your teeth and buckle up for a hell of a climb.
So here we are at the top of the final climb of the ride, the Col de Joux Plane. It's really tough. I've done it once before, didn't like it then, didn't like it now. Even though I took it easy today, it's still hard. There's just no parts of the climb to get any rest or recovery. It's around about 10% all the way up. You just gotta switch your brain off and keep your legs turning, and just know that when you get to the top, the pain's gonna be over. I didn't like it.
I didn't like it either. It's really tough. There's a couple of really steep bits. I think there was one bit or so that was a bit better, but I would suggest taking all the climbs before this really easy, so you've got something